Welcome back to another episode of We Understand It Now by Go Real Estate Group. It's Ahmed Omar, the broker. I am joined today by my associate broker, Yaneli Molina.
Hey everyone, I hope you guys are doing fantastic. We're going to hit some key points on what's going on with the market today, so I'm excited.
I think our audience needs to know the current market trends that are going on in the DFW market, as well as Texas as a whole on the residential and commercial side.
Yes, I think so too. So, we've seen the market has completely kind of shifted compared about 2 years ago. So I think the DFW actually ranked number 2 in the entire nation for new home construction permits. So we have a lot of new construction. Our sellers can definitely feel it, especially if they bought just a few years ago. I think suburbs like, I think it was Frisco, McKinney, Melissa, and Paris, they have been, full of new construction in those areas. So there's a lot of inventory. I think April of this year, we had a surge of inventory in the entire DFW area as well.
Is this inventory surge by our developers causing a problem with the old home sales in
Of
those
course,
areas?
yes. So resale homes are definitely struggling because they're trying to compete with new construction. And one of the things that we're seeing is that new construction is offering great incentives when it comes to interest rates.
I think you've seen that with one of our clients recently.
Correct. Yes. Yeah. I've seen that personally where I was just evaluating another listing. And when I was looking at it, I realized that even though that the price would make sense in a market and new inventory was pretty much aligned with that price, it wasn't competitive because that resale home was attached to the current interest rates versus the new construction, they were offering 3.99.
Wow.
If we were to have like a dollar amount to that could be around $70,000, where my seller was just not willing to drop the price to that, and it was just would not make sense to them.
For sure, yeah.
So that's where it's like, okay, like, you can be aligned when it comes to the price, but also when you're competing with new construction, we need to look at what it is that they're offering aside from that, because if it's interest rates, you're pretty much out of the competition.
Loop, yeah. What else is happening in the residential market?
Well, I think inventory has gone up a lot. So I think it was about 123,000 listings that we have. And just thinking about it, that's a 53% surge above normal. And so Dallas Fort Worth is becoming one of the most over, when it comes to inventory.
Yeah.
Exactly. We have a lot of inventory now. So it's kind of something that we haven't seen in many, many years.
Is it a buyer's market right now because of that?
I think it's turning into a buyer's market, most definitely. Yes.
So sellers are going to have a really difficult time getting the prices that they want for their homes.
Right. I think setting realistic expectations at this point is going to be crucial on whether that house is going to be able to sell or not. And so having those conversations with our sellers is going to be very important. As a real estate agent, it could be very easy for you to get into the situation where you're allowing your sellers to price the home. However, if you're not knowledgeable and you're not pulling up what's going on, not just with the competition and pulling up CMA reports, but also keeping up with where the market is going, then you're not going to be able to price competitively. So we need to make sure that we're pricing competitively.
I think that's why it's important for our audience to know, come to Go Real Estate Group and get the best advice from our realtors here who are very experienced in the market and to give you the best guidance in pricing and so on.
Yeah, I think that's definitely important. It's very easy to just run a CMA report, but if you don't have any further information and you just leave it at that, then you can be completely pricing the home where it's not going to be beneficial to you.
Where are you seeing, which cities in the DFW market are you seeing a surge of homes being sold rather?
I think we have those pocket neighborhoods. So I'm very familiar with like the Colony Frisco area. And so even though we have more inventory in the Colony, I've been keeping up with how homes have been selling. And there's still those little pocket neighborhoods that are very hot. And I think like the Colony's one of them. I think like South Lake could be another one. So there's still those little pocket neighborhoods where a lot of people want to be in because of what is around the area, because of the schools, whatever the case is. But there are pocket neighborhoods that have, you can say that they have more options because there's more inventory coming in, but things are getting sold in those little pocket neighborhoods versus in other cities. They might stay for a lot longer. I
Mm-hmm.
know Aubrey's one of those cities where houses have been in the market for hundreds of days and they're just not moving.
It
There's
is
a
a
lot
movie.
more
Yeah.
inventory coming in. There's a lot of competition. So honestly, if you're a seller and you're trying to sell in Aubrey, you have to price very drastically in order for you to actually be able to sell.
Computer. And again, visit Go Real Estate Group for the best advice on that.
Yes.
And Yaneli would be that person to advise you on that. I think on the commercial side, commercial and mixed use side, there is a lot of development happening in the DFW market right now. I know Lakespur Capital, a big real estate REIT, alongside with the Robert Bass Group, unveiled a $1.7 billion mixed-use development on 80 acres in downtown Fort Worth, introducing thousands of residential units, commercial spaces, and green infrastructure. Whilst Crowley Partners bought 5,200-acre ranch south of Dallas in Ferris and plans up to 5,000 homes plus digital commerce parks, advanced manufacturing and data center infrastructure. So what we're seeing in the DFW market is a lot of companies are opening data centers, and there's a big push also from foreign companies coming into the Texas DFW market because of the tariff situation and so on as well. I know Taylor Sheridan, Bosco Ranch Productions, is investing heavily in North Texas, leasing 450,000 square feet at Alliance, Texas. This is to support Fort Worth's media production. So Fort Worth is now want to compete with, I guess, Hollywood in a way, with their
Yeah.
media production and so on. So that's going to be very interesting to see. Office and retail, this is very important for us to realize and know. After going for the conference ICSC in Las Vegas, what we noticed was that REITs are going back and buying office space units again, high tower buildings, high-rise buildings, and so on. The office and retail sectors remain robust. DFW commands over 250 million square feet of retail space with 3.6 annual rental growths. And the vacancy rate right now is at the lowest at 4.6%, which is phenomenal.
That's really good.
And cap rates are way above the 6.5% mark in 2025. Retail is evolving completely. Walmart is expanding across North Texas. Dark store retail trends grow. And I think retail in a whole, if you're an investor, I would strongly suggest that you invest your money into retail markets, retail centers, rather than residential rentals in the DFW market because of the high occupancy rate, because of the companies that are still wanting to come and benefit from the tax benefits that Texas offers, us being one of the most capitalist economies within the US market. Statewide, I think according to 2025 America's Best Cities, Dallas ranks 14th, Houston 13th, and Austin 15th, featured prominently for their job growth, affordability, their livability. DFW added 59,000 new jobs since March 2024 and is a major and on course for major development ahead of the 2026 FIFA World Cup, including a $4 billion new Terminal F in the DFW airport. So DFW already is the second largest airport in the world, the third busiest airport in the world, and they're adding to that, which is fantastic news.
They're adding Terminal F.
Yeah, Terminal
Yeah,
F is going to be
very
massive.
big.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The AI and data center, we spoke about AI and data center boom. This fuels this demand for land and housing across Texas. Over 140 data centers are already located in the DFW market, and there's still more to come. With Abilene and West Texas drawing even more investment via a $500 billion Stargate project, which I spoke about in our previous podcast. and these trends are hitting both commercial and residential markets. Another fantastic news as well is the Epic City development, a controversial planned faith-based inclusive community near Josephine, which is 40 minutes from Dallas, saw the DOJ drop its civil rights investigation after it was affirmed that the developer's inclusive mission. The project faced political scrutiny, but now has gotten the go-ahead by the governor Greg Abbott and the senators, which is fantastic news as well.
Yeah.
This will create over 8,000 new homes in the Josephine area, which they're expecting over $1 billion of GDP running through that area as well.
That's really awesome.
Yeah.
It went fast, so I'm happy about
we
that.
we are really I think that brings in a lot of rental income within that Hunt and Collin County.
Right.
Property tax income within that Hunt and Collin County areas,
Yeah.
and again, it just shows how diversified the DFW market is.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of things happening at the same time. And I wanted to touch base. You mentioned in regards to the office space, how
Yeah.
it's growing and how the occupancy rate has been one of the lowest. Did you expected that from like 2020 when everybody was trying to work from home? I kind of like I'm very holistic when it comes to things like that. And I feel like people are having the need for community. And I personally am more, I get things done more when I'm surrounded by the people that I'm working with. So do you think that's the case when it comes to office space?
Yeah. So the surge in office space when we were at the conference, and from the news we were getting from some of the brokers that I know, is that people are going back to the office.
Correct.
Big companies want people back at the office, and we very luckily located in the DFW market where large companies have relocated, and a lot of their workers have to go back into office spaces, so they're releasing these high-rise buildings and so
Right.
on. So REITs are going back in there, buying them at high cap rates, leasing them out. If you are an investor out there, come to Go Real Estate Group. Let's put a structure together. Let's find the right investment. Let's go back into the office space area, and let's explore that market more.
Yeah, I think
there's a lot of benefit
that's
there.
definitely a benefit. And with your expertise, obviously you've been doing it for a very long time. So I
Yeah.
think we saw it coming.
For
We
sure.
saw that it was going to be slowed down for a minute after COVID, but now that it's jumping, we see the reasoning behind it as well. So I think
For
that's
sure.
very important. Touching into the ICSC conference that we went to in Las
Yes, yes.
Vegas, they did mention that, what do we have to learn? And somebody went on stage saying, we have a lot to learn from Buc-ee's. So,
Yeah.
because it's been growing so much. A lot of new Buc-ee's are coming in every corner. So I think that's something that we have to kind of look at. What is it that they're doing for that, growth that they've had? That's been pretty amazing in the few years.
And it's amazing how Bucky's locates its place
Yes,
in
the
these
middle of nowhere.
cities. Yeah, but those cities are the growing cities.
Yeah, they're strategically located.
Strategically
Exactly.
located,
They know
yeah.
people are going to drive through that because they're trying to get from point A to point B. So somewhere between that, there's going to be a Buc-ee's. And of course, with that being said, I feel like that's a sense of community too, because
For
they
sure.
get down, they want to buy the merchandise, they want to, get some food for the trip or whatever. So I think that's important to notice,
Yeah.
So
I think DFW has a very good positive outset going forward
right.
for the next 5 to 10 years, and there's still going to be a lot of development and investment coming into the DFW market. I just said let's give our audience an update on Go Real Estate Group and our expansion and our blitz scaling. I know we've had many new agents join us,
We have.
many new inquiries, many new agents still joining us. What's your thoughts and feelings on this that we've now built together over the last 2 years?
Oh my God. I feel I'm super excited. We are growing a lot recently. We have new agents joining us. And to be honest with you, because we were growing so fast and we're trying to get everything ready, working more, with our procedures in place, our systems. And I was very excited to see how a lot of the agents that we were interviewing, they interview with big box brokerages, and they still came back and chose us to be their sponsoring broker. So to me, that was really really special because I don't know how that happened. We were interviewing them, but I feel like they felt the value, and we're really trying to do and build something different here. So I think it reflects that, and they like it. They don't. They're tired of every broker doing and providing the same thing over and over again. And so when they come to us, they feel the difference and they feel at home. And I feel they really like it.
I think it's that family orientation where we one big family. I think that's one aspect of it. The other one is I think Go Real Estate Group doesn't just offer one service. I mean,
Exactly.
we do residential. We have expertise in commercial. We have expertise in property management. We have expertise in wealth management.
Right.
We offer so many amenities to them, so many resources to them.
Right.
So it's a brokerage unlike any other in the DFW market where we cover the whole spectrum and range of real estate
Right.
under one roof, and it's I think from the coaching and the training that you guys have done, the processing, the process flows that you'll have created now for
Correct.
the agents.
Yeah.
I think that's a big calling to them,
Yeah.
and I think because of your expertise in the residential side, mine on the commercial and wealth management side, and some of our other agents, um, I think them getting mentored and trained within those expertise is what they're looking for. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that they really appreciated the honesty as well. We were very honest with them in regards to what real estate is really about. But in regards to what you're saying, that we're a one stop shop, that's what we need because a lot of agents, they feel, you can run CMA report to try to, protest your taxes or anything like that. But if you actually want to officially protest taxes, we can do that for them as well. So, and then having, representing landlords, but having also for us to be able to do their property management as well. That's a huge thing that you don't see in a lot of other brokerages, because we're committed to having these relationships with our clients long term. It's not
Exactly.
like just short term, like, hey, we got a new buyer, they're under contract, they're closed, it's done. No, we kind of keep in touch with them. We find out what else it is that they need that we can come and assist in. So I think that's very crucial, and they're able to see that that's a great, benefit and asset to their business.
Exactly, and I think as a broker myself, it's that education piece. So not
Correct.
only are you educating your clients, but you have to educate the agents that are under us,
Correct.
and educating them in retaining those clients,
Correct.
right? To say, okay, buy your first house, okay, buy your second house, okay, now you want to start investing, you're making money.
Correct.
Let's start buying investment properties.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we can manage that for you. We can do your bookkeeping for
Right.
you, and so on and so forth. So all those services really help, and
Right.
and it allows us to retain the clients that we
Correct.
have. I
Yeah.
mean, on Sunday we had
It's
our
amazing. Yeah.
club meeting.
Correct.
We had a whole bunch of investors that came in here. It was an absolute success. Where two of
Yeah.
the opportunities we've already submitted offers on,
Right.
and I think the clients and investors that came in, they were so impressed by what we offer, the office, our just the look of what we have right here right now, just impressed them so much,
Yeah.
and again that education piece to say that we are here to assist you and protect your wealth
Correct.
and grow your wealth and ensure that you have generational wealth growth throughout going
Right.
forward. Yeah.
Yeah, and I actually I love that event. I love the fact that that just kind of opens more doors to get more creative as a brokerage and start doing these classes not only for investors, doctors that are coming in, but also for first-time home buyers that are thinking about growing their portfolio. They want to start
Mm,
investing in single-family homes. I think it's important for us to set up those classes where we're mentoring them and
for
we
sure.
can tell them, hey, this is a possibility. A lot of times for them, they think it's not even possible, but with education, we can show them that it's possible as long as they know what it is that they need to do with, with what they have. And I think that's where education is key in everything that we do. As a brokerage, I feel like there's so much growth that we're still going to be doing, and we're not going to be your traditional brokerage. We're going to be a lot more than that, I think, just because we're trying to get as creative as we can with as many tools as we can to provide those tools not only to your clients, but to your past clients, to
Yes.
future clients, and just the public in general.
For sure. And one interesting point, a marketing agent that's assisting us right now pointed out that already in the DFW market, we are already in the top 5 brokerages in the DFW market, which is a testament to what we've grown in just a short time.
Yeah, with only like
And
10, 11 agents.
exactly, to start off with. And now
Right.
look how we've grown. I mean, we've got 7 agents that joined us over the last 2 weeks, and the
Yeah.
growth is just continuing.
Yeah.
So again, if you're an agent and you want to come and talk to us at Go Real Estate Group, I encourage you guys come and chat to myself, Ahmed Omar, or Yaneli for the opportunities that we have here, and we can close out this podcast.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to say on your side?
No, I think that's super important, and just kind of I've talked to, I think we recruited an agent. She was coming in from a bigger brokerage, and as soon as he started joining us, his productivity just went up the roof. So
Yeah.
I'm just those are the moments that I'm here for. I'm so happy. He's happy about that. So he felt like he was in a dead end with his previous brokerage, and just to relive him in a way, like saying, hey, no, there's potential, you have the experience needed, you just need to be in a different room, right?
Yeah.
Full of other people that are willing to help. I think that's really what makes a difference, because it doesn't matter if you're in a room full of 600 people. If nobody's willing to stand up and help you, then that's not, they don't want your growth. So I feel like that's a big difference here. Like everybody here is willing to get up and help you in whatever it is that you are trying to achieve, especially in real estate. So,
And that's what you need.
yep,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
all you need.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you guys.